Well, we are moving on to this breaking input coming in at this point in time. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Leh. The Prime Minister has reached Leh. That's the big update coming in. Remember, well, there was no such update prior to the visit. We were hearing that the Defence Minister was going to visit Leh along with the Army Chief, but then that visit was postponed, that was rescheduled. Now we're being told that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived in Leh. This, of course, is his first visit after the standoff at the LAC and the violent clash in which our braves, 20 of our braves were martyred. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Leh at this point in time. Let's go across to Nikunj, our editor internal security, joining us with more details. Nikunj, that's a massive development. The Prime Minister is in Leh. Nikunj, can you hear me? Okay, Nikunj, if you can
confirm for our viewers that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has indeed landed in Leh, and as you were mentioning, that this obviously comes in the backdrop of the fact that the top-level preparedness have been going on for quite some time from the Government of India's side to assess the ground situation in Leh and find out as to what is the real trigger or what is the real situation on the ground. For that very purpose, the top commanders of the military, General Narwane himself, had gone to Leh and Ladakh, and now CDS was supposed to travel alongside the CDS alongside, I would say, the Prime Minister. The CDS has also
absolutely. Amidst all the developments that you're pointing out, Nikunj, let's also go across to our editor-in-chief, Rahul Shivshankar, joining us in the broadcast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Leh, Rahul.
Yes, this is a very, very big show of solidarity with, of course, the Indian Armed Forces. You know that Leh has been virtually turned into a garrison town over the last few weeks in the face of Chinese aggression in Galwan and, of course, other areas of eastern Ladakh. Now, what we're seeing here, of course, is a move by the Prime Minister to shore up the morale of our forces, which have been stridently pushing back the Chinese along the LAC, which is contested at various points. And in the face of the Chinese build-up and, of course, in the face of Indian retaliation, both diplomatically and in the trade sector, the Prime Minister's show of solidarity will greatly enhance the morale of our troops and send a major signal to Beijing that the Prime Minister personally is throwing his weight behind the move to stand firm at the LAC. So at the end of the day, the message is now clear, both to Beijing and anyone that supports Beijing in this adventurism, which is wholly misplaced, that the Prime Minister of India is committed to the territorial integrity of this country and the defense of every square inch of Indian land. What we're also seeing, Swati, is the fact that the Prime Minister has been taking on a very strident posture in public over the last couple of weeks. He has addressed the nation at least on 3 different occasions. Once during a meeting with the chief ministers of all states, once, of course, on Man Ki Baat, and, of course, in his other communications, that he was seriously disturbed by what he believed was an attempt by the Chinese to try and encroach upon India's territorial sovereignty. This move by the Prime Minister now obviously will set the tone for India's response going forward. This is not any flash in the pan. Just yesterday, we had seen American diplomats and former governors, including some serving ones, coming out and saying that India is unlikely to back down in this long and protracted standoff against China, which could well extend now into the winter, given the fact that the Chinese have decided to knuckle down in some of the positions that they hold in contravention of international law. So the Prime Minister now stepping up the pressure by making a very, very personal show of solidarity with the forces. Clearly, Swati, this is a move that has been well thought out, and it also explains why perhaps the Defence Minister Rajnath Singh own visit to Leh was suddenly cancelled yesterday for no real apparent reason that was given out in the press. It's quite clear that the Prime Minister intends now, through this move, to tell the principals in the Chinese Communist Party that as far as he's concerned, he is committed, extraordinarily committed, expeditiously committed to the defense of the Indian realm, and that all the actions that have been taken are pretty much permanent with regards to the Chinese aggression, as well as, of course, obviously, which were also in flagrant disregard for India's diplomatic concerns, and also, of course, India's concerns militarily. So you have a situation where the Prime Minister has decided that as far as he's concerned, he is going to push back personally. He has also, of course, undertaken several measures via government orders that he would have signed off on to punish China and its adventurism, as well as its intransigence in the face of what was a fervent appeal by India to respect the bounds of the agreements that have been signed between India and China over the last 3.5 decades, especially those that bound China to not escalate tensions across the LAC. So this particular move by the Prime Minister is one that is targeted very clearly at the Chinese in the sense that he has told them that the moves that are being made by India in various domains, including the diplomatic domain, and I'm emphasizing this because it's very crucial to understand that India hasn't done anything which violates international law, unlike what the Chinese seem to be claiming through their various mouthpieces, that India is committed to the defense of its own realm while observing the various stipulations that hold it to being responsible in the international realm as far as various treaties and other laws are concerned. The Chinese are the aggressors. The Chinese have violated the sanctity of international law, not just at the Indian border, but in the South China Sea, in different theaters of action, including, of course, their own backyard, which they refer to as the South China Sea. So you have a situation where the Chinese that have obviously become used to playing a hardball and changing the entire framework to suit itself of international law now finds that India is not going to stand for that.
Absolutely, Rahul. We also have our group editor, Navika Kumar, joining us on the broadcast.